What's good, everyone? Welcome back to Level 11. So earlier this week, discussions had started to ramp up about the Nintendo Switch 2 and the launch of the system in particular, as IGN had posted up a translation of a Q&A session that Nintendo had had with investors going over their plans as far as how they want to go about launching the system. And one thing that had been pointed out in that interview in particular was their countermeasure plans against scalpers and resellers. So I'll go over that really quickly here today, as well as my thoughts on how to go about best avoiding scalpers if you want to be a day one purchaser for the Nintendo Switch 2. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and all that good stuff. We're going to get right into it. So, as a counter against resale, Furukawa says in the interview, "We believe that the most important thing is to produce a sufficient number to meet customer demand, and this idea has not changed since last year. In addition to this, we are considering whether there are any other measures that can be taken to the extent allowed by laws and regulations, taking into account the circumstances of each region. Although we were unable to produce sufficient quantities of Nintendo Switch hardware last year and the year before due to a shortage of semiconductor components, this situation has now been resolved. At this time, we do not believe that the shortage of components will have a significant impact on the production of the successor model." So that does seem like pretty good news. I mean, for investors, for consumers, and for Nintendo, everyone wins on all fronts if they're able to meet demand. However, we're going to have to wait and see whether or not they are actually able to meet that demand as the system's launch arrives at some point next year, hopefully. That will remain to be seen. However, as somebody who did successfully get a Nintendo Switch 1 on day one, way back in 2017, I do at least want to throw my hat in the ring as far as how I was able to pull that off and what I'm going to be doing to try and pull it off again with the launch of this new system. So, the main thing was, I got pretty lucky, actually. I remember as the trailer for the Switch 1 happened. Now, to clarify, this was not the October trailer, I believe. As far as I remember, I think this was the January showcase when this all happened. I think that was the point at which I had seen the trailers. I was talking to a friend of mine, and he had said something along the lines of, "Oh, their GameStop is accepting pre-orders." I had mentioned that Nintendo wasn't accepting pre-orders yet, and my friend said, "Well, GameStop is." And I raised my eyebrows, and I was like, "I'm getting off the phone, and I'm going to call them right now then, because I have the money. I could afford it." And so that's what I did. And so, true story, you guys, I was able to get my Switch day one. So, basically, all I would really do is, if you're in a situation in your life where you're able to, I would just go to GameStop and talk to some employees on occasion when you've got some free time and just ask about the Switch 2 launch and how they, as a company, are trying to go about addressing the scalper issue, and see what you can do as far as, securing a unit for you when the console launches. Now, what I'm going to be doing is I keep my ear close to the radar for fun more than anything else, but also because I want a Nintendo Switch 2 when it launches. So you'll be sure to hear from me as far as my details on how I've gone about making it happen, if I do make it happen, as that time arrives. But yeah, just talk to GameStop employees and keep in check with them and see what they have to say. And the second that Nintendo does launch a trailer, call GameStop. Or even even the second they announce when the trailer's going to be, call GameStop. That's what I would do. That's what I would recommend you doing. That's what I'm going to do anyway. And so let me know if this ends up working out for you if you come back to this video months down the line for some reason. So that's going to be all for my thoughts here today. Let me know what you guys thought about everything that I mentioned here down below. Thank you, everybody, for watching, listening, and all that good stuff. And we will see you all next time. Until then, keep leveling up, everyone, and take care.